Hello citizens, and welcome back to the channel. It has been a very long time, considering the video you're about to see was recorded 2 weeks ago, maybe more. It's been incredibly busy here. So I have some videos coming out. This video, one where I talk about the current supply event and really the state of the event when it was fairly bad. And then one where things have gotten slightly better, but all these have been taking a while to get out. Not only because of a lot happening just in private life, but also with this video itself, some issue with a good portion of the video. One of the sections near the end, something was wrong with the video, and I had to take that file, take the raw data, and then process it, which took about maybe half an hour per minute to get through. And then upload it from that into the editing program. So overall, this video has been a ton of effort to get out. So I just thought I'd explain that for a bit. But let's get into it. This is from 2 weeks ago, just before the patch, just before the event started, to where we are now, which is the 30th, when I'm finally able to edit this video and get it out. Well, at least edit it. Hopefully get it out in the next day. Good morning, citizens, and welcome back to the verse. It is Monday the 15th, and I'm expecting a new patch coming out at any moment. So, we're going to get ready for that new patch. We're going to get rid of a few things that we do not need in our inventories, and that would include some things that I want to sell. So, I got a couple weapons I'm going to sell. They're not worth much, but we're going to go over to possibly the admin terminal here. I think I might need to go to the TDD to sell what I have, but I do have some things that I stored in a Hercules here. So we're going to go find that Hercules. There it is. Can I sell anything here? All right, not here. So we're going to go over to the TDD. We're going to sell this stuff, and then we're going to jump ahead to when the patch is out. So that should be either tomorrow or the next day, I believe. I thought it maybe Tuesday or Wednesday they said that my patch might be out. If it's longer, it's not going to matter to you, because it'll just be a matter of seconds, and we'll be good to go. So before a patch, you really have to make sure that you don't have any refinery jobs and refineries. You have to make sure that anything you really wanted to sell is sold. Store all your ships. Maybe remove any components or weapons that you want to keep so that you don't potentially lose them. You still might, but there is a chance that you won't. So let's see. This is what I was able to mine over in Pyro. So I just grabbed all this from, I think it was at Ruin. Now that I think about it, there's a good chance that I have stuff at Checkmate too, but I'm alright if I lost that. But $200,000 in Terranite, we'll sell that. Hopefully this works. I've been having a little bit of server issues, even pulling out the tractor beam. The multi-tool has been kind of an issue, but this processing seems to be taking a while. There we go. We got some gold here. 50,000 in gold. Now, because this is in the Hercules, it is tying up the ship for a while they unload the items. You can see this one here, unloading time is just over a minute 18. We got some Bores here. That's a minute and 15 for 12,700. Sorry, 12.7 thousand, so 12,700. But that's a minute 15 for that. What's the next thing here on the list? I know I have some recite. Construction material, 3 SU of that is about 6.5 grand. The recycled composite, 36 SU. That's going to give me 300,000. So awesome for that. We're going to save the recite till last. I don't think I have any Stiller on, but I do have some recite. 2 minutes for that. That's pretty good. Bexalate 17 SU is a minute and 25 seconds, and that gives me almost 113,000. There you go. Construction materials 7. Did I not sell that? Why is it coming up again? Or is that 2 different versions of 3? And the recite, the reason I'm leaving that for last, it's not going to be my biggest money maker because I only got 5 SU, but it is one of the more expensive things. So if we look at this, 5 SU, almost 100,000. Not bad at all. So there we go. We should be at about 5.2 million when this is all done, I think. Let's see. Let's go back. $5.219 million. Not bad. So now we're gonna head into the patch, the new patch. When that comes out, we will have that stored. I'm gonna make a little bit of extra money as I go and sell 3 guns, 4 guns, I think. Oh, what timing! So maybe I'll bring you along for that. Good place to sell is Area 18, because if you have stuff that sells in admin, you sell here. You have stuff that sells in the trade district, you sell there. And if you have ship components or guns or things like clothing, like this whole area is where you can sell everything. So if you got like handguns and armor that you want to sell, you sell right there. If you at the Cubby Blast, you go to Kasaba to sell some other items if you have them. And then I do find it kind of interesting in this game that basically like clothing stores and corner stores will buy things they don't sell. But kind of interesting. I also like this place because when you log out and log back in, like that's the Habs right there as well. So everything is exactly where you want it. Area 18 is a pretty awesome place for that. We'll check real quick. No turtles, no surprise. We're going to head into here. Do not go to that terminal. That terminal will not allow you to sell. You got to go to this one over here. So let's see what we have in... Oh, that's destination. There we go. Can I not... Oh, interesting. Apparently, I can't sell from the Herc here. That is something I did not know of. Okay, so I think we'll leave it here. I'll go grab those things out of the ship. I'll sell them on my own. But for you, it is new patch time in 3, 2, 1. It is it. It's patch time. We're here. Now, I am in the station hab, so obviously I've already been playing. Why see me kind of start things out when I could get right into it and be playing a little bit? And so we are at, I think I ended up at Ambitious Dream. Yes, CRU L1. And the reason why is because the rocks nearby at CRU L5, which would be Beautiful Glen, I believe, lots of copper there, and I am going to do some copper mining. Now, did I just pass the elevators? Yes, there they are. We're going to quickly go to the refinery deck. I'm going to show you something there. We're going to talk about the new missions and why they're not super awesome at the moment, but how I got around them. So, the new missions are supposed to be non-combat, non-PvP, and easy for solo. And in theory, sure. However, there were some issues. The biggest issue being that if you take one of the new missions, and it's going to be a lot of work, and actually I'm fine with it being a ton of work. So a lot of people are complaining that it's going to be a grind. I brought this up in a Spectrum post, and someone else is complaining about a grind. and how vehicles should be, like, Wicklow should give vehicles way easier. You should be able to get things easier. I know that people don't like to work for things in games anymore, and so I assume it's going to change. But for this, the grind is real. Like, if I go to Journal, and we look at the resource here, to get all the prizes, you're going to need to get, I don't know if it's 1,500 or 2,000 SU each, but let's say that it's only 1,500. That means you're going to have to deliver, and a lot of these, if you're picking up the cargo and delivering them, they're 1 SU boxes, like 6,000 boxes, a little more than that, possibly 8,000. So it's ridiculously long grind. I'm fine with that because I don't think everyone should have all 4 prizes. This should be a choice thing. And right now, I'm happy to see that Hurston is in the lead as far as overall system. Now you can see I'm in ArcCorp and I have 13 total so far, not that many. That's just basically with the starting mission and just testing. Try something out. I'll explain that in a second. But if we look at the prizes, the colors of the paints, these are my 2 favorite, and so I'm happy that those 2 are in the lead. The Crusader one, I'm not in the lead, and a lot of people were upset with the video that CIG put out and how it made Crusader look, and that's fine by me because I was never a big fan of the Crusader. Out of all of them, who would I like to win? Either ArcCorp or Hurston. The reason why is really, I mean, Microtech is an awesome planet, and their paints, I think Hurston, then Microtech, then ArcCorp, then Crusader for paints, in my opinion. Microtech is number 2. But it's just that, like, we have these planets here, and Microtech just is so far out of the way that I just kind of like the idea of Hurston, a more central planet winning, or ArcCorp winning. Crusader, I'm less of a fan of winning, but we will see what's happening here. So what I did is I tried to do the initial job. The initial jobs here, when you're starting out, resource drive, Crusader, need cargo hauler, pays $102,000, but you have to go to a mining area, area 157, and get 3 SU and bring them back. It seems easy. However, the problem is right away players found out that you can just go to that location, and as soon as someone pulls up their elevator for their cargo, you grab a box and you run off. It does not help you out at all. You can't sell that box, you can't deliver that box, it is of no use to you, and if you look in global chat, the players doing this are well aware of that, and they think it's funny, because if you just take one of those 3 boxes, that mission cannot be completed. The reason why I have 7 SU delivered so far is because I actually tried to go mine my missing item, which was copper, refine it, and try to deliver that, and it would not work. It has to be those actual boxes from that actual location. And because they're undefended, because they're open, because anyone can grab them, it is super easy for people to stop people from progressing right now. Plus, there's a line of people waiting in there, and they're trying to get their goods, and it's to get that first mission is ridiculously hard. After that first mission, and I have done the one for ArcCorp, which is doable. Where is... There we go. For some reason I couldn't see it. Bring us materials. So you just bring materials. Each material you bring, copper is 800 SU, tungsten is 1,000, and chromium is 800. You just get paid for the materials. So if I want to go mining, I go mining, I make some money. That's what I'm going to do for a little bit now. It's not going to be too bad. The large cargo hauling, this one here I feel is also going to be bad because if other people are there, it's going to be the same thing where people can take those things and you're going to miss out. So unless you are absolutely certain no one is there, maybe go to that mining facility first, see if anyone's there, accept the mission, and then go. There is also recovery missions. I don't see anything of those popping up here. We have to go do a little bit of ship combat and then take a ship, and you can actually get in that ship and fly it away. That's actually a really good way to get some cargo, I think. I'm going to try with the SRV getting some of the cargo ships that way and pulling them to safety. And then there is the defend missions, which are just like any of the other defend missions. But it is definitely going to be a grind. Ooh, we're almost done our 2 missions here, another hour. If you look here though, I just quickly went out and I got like 60 SU of copper pretty quick. So that's what I'm going to do, at least for now. I'm going to do this morning because this is Friday. The patch did drop yesterday. I'm going to get a little bit of mining done and some refinery jobs there, and then I can go do some of those just deliver resources. If you go to CRU L5, it's close to CRU L3, which has a refinery, or sorry, CRU L1, which is Ambitious Dream. There is a refinery here, and if you go to beautiful Glen, you're almost guaranteed, I think you are guaranteed, to find copper in any rock you find. So it's going to be pretty easy to find the resource that I want. And I'll just do a little bit of refining and try to do a sell-off and try to get some of the prizes and see how good this works. After that, like I said, I think one of my attempts is going to be to take the SRV. I think I might have called it CRV a moment ago. And I'm going to go and try to pull some of those delivery ships, the hijacked jobs, and get some goods. Now there is also another job, the FPS combat jobs. Those jobs require you to go to a location where some of the goods have been stolen. And you get out of your ship, you fight, and then they're in that location, you load in the cargo elevator, bring it back. I think those would be really fun. However, I also think that they're going to be incredibly slow as far as getting the goods. Mining might be the way to go, and recovering the ships might be the way to go. So let me know in the comments below, what are you doing? Which ones are you finding to be the best to get the goods? And are you happy with the fact that most likely if people get a prize, top tier prize, it'll be from one or two companies only? Or would you wish that these were a lot easier? Are you wishing for more of the instant gratification of just getting it all? And which group are you going for? ArcCorp, Hurston, Crusader, or Microtech? I'd say if you're going to choose a team, can't go wrong with ArcCorp or Hurston. Hurston's going to be my team. I just thought I would start out ArcCorp because this is the place that I like to hang out with. But overall, I think I'm going to be going for Hurston. So let's get to mining. I'm just going to quickly show you why I chose, I believe it is called Beautiful Glen. Easiest way is I just type Glen. Yeah, Beautiful Glen, CRUL5. That's the one I want to go to. We're going to go there, and I'm going to show you why this is the place if you're looking for copper in Stanton. There's also great places in Pyro. There is also great places in Stanton. However, what I like about this place is that it is relatively close to a refining station. So you can see here it's only 18.2 gigameters, I believe. I like this. When they used to have like million kilometers, they're actually using kilometers more correctly. I don't like how they changed the measurements here. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, but it's just it doesn't roll off the tongue like it used to. But we're gonna fly over there. We're gonna see how long it takes me to find a copper asteroid. Now I have the Helix still. It was still in my inventory, so I put that on my ship, as well as the Outcast paint. Going for that for now. And I think 2 Riger 3 modules. I think that's what I have on here. You don't really need to worry about it if you're doing copper. It's not going to be really hard to break these rocks. So you can see we're already halfway there. Nice, easy flight over. My Quantanium fuel looks really weird. Like, look at... It looks full, but I'm running low. I might have to go fill up at the station. Hopefully they fix the refuel bug that existed where you fill up and you go to fly and your ship is empty. But I just suddenly noticed that now, so I'm glad I noticed that, because that is an odd one. So I'm going to go refill at Beautiful Glen, and then we're going to actually go try to find ourselves an asteroid. Should be relatively quick. I might not even need to land and lower the, like, get the doors to close on me. No, definitely I have to. Okay. $4,000. But look at, I've hardly used any hydrogen. All right. Now look at this. It's showing 143,000 quantanium. That's, they're still having issues with this. Let's check. It says I don't need to. Let's turn everything off. Nope. All right. So I'm gonna try to get this to store and pull it out again and see if that has given me the fuel I need. So fingers crossed that that works. Okay. I think that's done it. Looks like it worked. Now we'll only know if when I go to jump back to Ambitious Dream, if it's going to actually have fuel. Because sometimes it'll look like it worked, and then as soon as you start jumping, your fuel is at a fraction of what it used to be, and you just have to, I guess, deal with the fact that you're stranded in space. Alright, first ping, about 11.5 kilometers out. I'm going to put on our shields, just because that actually keeps me at a relatively reasonable speed in an asteroid field. I can boost if I need to, but I'm not just kind of forgetting that I'm going so fast that I can't stop where I want. This here, we got one asteroid down here. Sometimes you can find clusters. Q-type. I'm gonna put our mining head out. Now, I will say, it seems like it's gotten a lot slower in the scanning. Like, look at this. Like, we're gonna scan this asteroid. Let's think about it. Consider it. Maybe it'll scan one day. Who knows? But there's going to be copper in this asteroid. There we are. 53% copper. Not bad. So, because it's so easy to find copper here, I can pick and choose. So, I'll break this. I'll crack this rock open. And I'll only choose the high yield extraction nodes. So, I could go for just the 100%ers. A lot of times what I do is I try to aim for about 38 SU in my ship. Now, normally a prospector only holds 32, but you can still put on the Argo mole bags. I had some of those still in my local inventory, so I was able to put those on. Now you can't do what they had before, where you could put on those 4 plus the 4 other ones and kind of double stack it. So you are still limited to how many SCU you can put down there. Now for some reason it's showing me at 0 SCU. So let's see what happens here. Like I'm talking about down here, showing 0. So let's scan this. 88% copper, but let's do this real quick. There you go, 48 SCU, and I'm going to get a little bit of borate, but most of this is going to be copper. And like I said, I'm going to try to get about 38 total. That usually gives me a good amount when I'm refining. I mean, if I could get more, I would absolutely get more. So I'm gonna go for just trying to get the high value copper rocks here. Now this is the worst part of this, is just the slowness here. So they're 100% borace. I know I can just ignore that whole rock there. Go through this one. 100% copper. That is also, I'm going to point out, the extraction beam doesn't match up with your redstone. It's always lower. They need to fix that. They need to be able, so when you're aiming at something, it's kind of like how they've taken the aim down sight away from the multi-tool tractor beam, which is ridiculous. But they've also kind of made this harder. But there you go. Another 100% copper. So we're already up at 11, 12, 13, 14. We are doing well as far as finding copper right now. I mean, we need 2,000, but we're off to a good start. I also am not super interested. So that's only 25% copper. I'm going to forget that one. I'm not super interested in getting everything onto this account. So I might be switching over to my main account, the one that I just use for playing, but not the one that I use for content creation. And that one is probably where I'm going to be trying to do all these and grinding these out. So for a while, that might be what is going on, is I might switch to a different account. But when I'm trying out some of the stuff, trying out the different missions, I'll probably be using this one. The reason why I like the other one is I just have a lot better combat ships. So if I'm going to try some of the defend missions, or if it does tend to work out better for some of the other types of missions, which have ships that are better equipped, that's why I might switch to that one. So we're going to another asteroid here. Really cloudy here. Really quiet around this station. I haven't had any real issues with other players at the moment. As soon as people find out that this is a good mining location, it may become a little bit more busy. You might have to go a bit farther out to find what you're looking for. But here we go. We got an M-type asteroid. The M-type will also have copper, I am certain of. I'm only finding one at a time. It's better to find the clusters. If you find a cluster of 6 asteroids, you can get all 100%. You can get 48 SU of copper without issue. But there you go, another 48% copper on this one. This one's got gold also, so a little harder to crack, but it means I'm going to get the gold at the same time. The gold is still valuable, still going to make me some money, so this one's pretty good because I'll get everything here, including the gold, and hopefully I'm going to not get too much inert materials. Every head that you use, every mining head, has a certain amount of inert material filtering out of it. You can also get different modules to help filter out the inert materials. I might do that as well, but... Whoa. Oh, that was a little bit too far away. There you go. Perfect. I can get just a little bit closer, I think. Alright. So, I'm still gonna scan these because I don't want to find 100% inert material that I suck in, because you will still get some even if you have some filtering on there. But you can see this one here, this mining head, if you look down here, the extract power 100, clustering 100, inert material level 70%. So this one here, we got gold and inert, so we're going to ignore that one for now. I will still focus on the copper because I was trying to get as much copper as possible, but the gold will be good. So this one here, look at 83% copper, 16.5% gold. Oh, that one still needs to crack. So I won't actually be able to extract that one yet. That means I'll be able to really get what I want there. Gold, copper. This one I can extract. See what this one's like. even though it's got more gold. The gold is a good moneymaker, and that'll cover my fuel costs and mining costs for a while. It's a 7.5 SU rock, so it'll be a good amount. But you can see already at almost 30%, or 30 SU, I should say, total. 22 of that being copper, 4 being gold, and a little bit of borace. Gold and inert, we're going to ignore that one. An event like this would be where the Arasta would come into its own. 70%, yeah, let's go for that one. Then we're going to crack that other rock. And then if we have a little smidgen of room left, we'll grab one of these other gold rocks, whichever one has the highest amount of gold. But we might be pretty full up. So my original goal was 38 SU of copper. I might get that on this one. Okay, bring our laser power down. We're just gonna get into that green zone. It's a good idea to sometimes use the distance from the rock to kind of adjust.
Warning, power critical. Warning, power critical.
There we go. Alright, so we're gonna go for copper. Any day now. You know what? That gives us both. Let's do that one. It's got to be 100% copper here somewhere. It's 89. $81. Maybe not. Maybe these all have. So we'll go with the 89 probably. $77. Alright, we'll start with this one. We'll at least get the equivalent of a full prospector, because it's 32 SU. Oh, we're up to 37. Actually, we're doing pretty good. All right. Gold 38. Gold 18. All right, so I guess we'll just get this one. Oh. I didn't realize that this one needed to crack also. This one has the thinnest of charge windows. I do like a challenge. We're gonna get this one. Not bad. Alright, so we look for the high gold content on these ones, and then we are going to go refine. Now, because they've made the refining times a lot shorter too, this would be a lot better for players. Dinix is super worth it now, because you can get a ton of resources refined. It's relatively cheap. And now it only takes half the time. So those last jobs I was doing, okay, that's 39. I think they were 8-hour jobs, which isn't too bad at all. So you do a bunch of refining. Next day you do a bunch of hauling if you want to. Alright. 32, 35. There you go, we're full. So now, we're gonna go back to Ambitious Dream. Let's see if we actually have fuel, or if this was an entire waste of time. So we're gonna watch this number up here, 1.79, or is that 1.70? I can't tell. But as long as it doesn't drop down to 100,000, perfect. All right, we're doing good. So we're gonna go refine this. I'm gonna go see at the refinery, and we'll see just what kind of yields we're gonna get from this relatively quick jaunt. So as I landed, I thought I would check fuel. Flight one way is about 450 UEC. So round trip, you're looking at less than 1,000, not too bad. I was thinking that there is another thing I could do, which is to buy some more of the ore bags and have a number of ore bags. If I had those on a ship that I had in a cluster where there's a lot of copper, like the Hercules I have, I could just do a big mining run of as many bags as I could hold, refine them, and then repeat. That is a possibility. There is a definitely a more upfront cost to that, so I'll have to think about that. Also, I could get a mole. I don't know how much a mole costs. I think I'm up about 5 million right now. Yeah, 5,300,000. So I could look at getting a mole just by making the money to buy a mole. I believe I need a little bit more for that. But for right now, kind of just relaxing and doing this. So we got our gold ore and we got our copper. We don't need to worry about the borace. We're going to go to Dinix, get a quote, 11 hours, 38 minutes. So not bad. It's only going to cost a little over 1,000, and we're going to get quite a bit. We're going to get 31 SU of the copper, and we're going to get almost 7 SU of the gold. We're going to confirm that. Confirm. Now I'm leaving all these here right now. You can have as many as you want in this line here. Eventually I'm going to bring the C2 over and do the auto load for all that, so I don't have to load it all up. And then I'm going to bring it over to a place to store it. So that should be pretty good, but that's going to be it for now. Like I said, I am going to try to do this on my other account as well, so I might go do that for a while. But right now, I'm going to go clean my garage because it's finally not so hot that you can barely breathe. So I'm going to do something outside. So until next time, welcome to the new patch and to the new event, which is going on until the next patch, whenever that is. So I'm going to leave you here. So from Ambitious Dream Station, and from me, and this beautiful view of our beautiful sun, goodbye everybody, and I hope to see y'all soon in the verse.